Mobile phone companies say they offer home internet. But if their internet comes from a cell phone network, you should know. It's just phone internet, not home internet. Keep your home up to speed with Cox. Cox internet is faster and has more reliable download speeds than 5G home internet. Cox is the real home internet you're looking for. Based on Cox analysis of Ookla speed test intelligence data Q3 2022 and Cox serviceable areas, visit cox.com/internet for details.
Hey guys, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has the tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, and more. And trust me guys, it works. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. And the best of all, it is totally free. Yes, totally free. So download the Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. If you hear a lot of noise in the back, it's the dishwasher going. Because, gotta wash some dishes and shit. Am I too loud, baby, or am I good? Okay. Yeah, she's being busy right now. How's everyone's morning? I hope everyone's morning is doing splendid. Today is my last day. Well, tomorrow is our last day in Lincoln for a couple days. We'll be heading to Colorado. Well, me and my girlfriend will be heading to Colorado. Go see a concert. Five Finger Death Punch concert. I'm just coming for moral and emotional support. It's always the fun ones. But also I'll be having a group podcast. I guess you can say my first. No, not my first. Maybe my third actual in-person guest podcast. But it's gonna be more like a group type of podcast. It's gonna be me, my girlfriend, her sister, and her cousin. And I am gonna try it out on the Anchor app. It said I can invite people on there so we can do more than one person. I hope it records well. I hope it sounds well. It may sound different because again we'll be all using our mics, and I hope we can get a lot of laughters and a lot of shit like that. And maybe we might get looked at weird because we're laughing or we're talking on our phones, and they're gonna think, well, what's going on? And be like, oh, we're on a podcast, and anyone can join. Well, fuck it, right? But I'd like to talk about mental health. Mental health day was Monday. It is Thursday. I was gonna upload it Monday, but since usually I always post Sundays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. But I don't know if I didn't want to bombard with 3 episodes in the week. And so that's why I wanted to kind of move it to Thursday. But mental health is just one of those things. I know I said it on one of my episodes before, but mental health is one of those scary ass things. I'm fucking glad there's people out there that can live through it and not end their lives, because some people go through some shit that it messes with them bad, and you never know what someone may be going through. Your friend who is always happy and cheerful, that's their way to hide what's deep inside of them. That's their way to hide whatever the hell's going on with them. So it's always good to be nice to people, no matter how much of a dick, how much of a bitch they are, no matter how they are. It's always good to be nice to them, because you just never know what's going on. I mean, yes. I mean, if you want to go pop off on some people, like pop off, sis, go ahead. Go ahead, do your thing. But it's kind of sad how the older generation, they don't see what the newer generation, like mental. Some don't even fucking give a shit about mental health, and that's scary because it's mental health is one of those things that there's no cure. It's just ways to fight it, ways to go around it. Because something that I'm starting to do is, other than reading, and and whatnot, a new thing I have started is called meditating. I've started it. I think I'm on a 4 or 5 day streak. I am using the app called Headspace. You don't really need an app. You can just kind of meditate on your own. But I am starting to meditate, and it's a great way. It is a great way to start your day. You can do it as many times as you need to during the day, and whatever time of the day you need to. It's not specific to one certain time where you have to. It's better to do it at night than during the day. No, if you meditate in the day, if you meditate in the morning to start your day, you can do that, or you can meditate at night to help you kind of relax, make you go to sleep. You can do that. It is one of the greatest ways that I have been using it, and like I said, it honestly calms me down. Also, when I shower, one thing that I do is I shower. Halfway through my shower, I use about warm, hotter, warm water, and then I then use cold water, cold enough to where I can handle it. And honestly, it feels good, and it actually kind of helps, especially during the day. Even during the day or during the night, it kind of can help you wake up or help you sleep. It makes you feel good after, and because if you also produce a lot of body heat, that can help a lot. That can, cooling your body down. Either unwinding for the day, cooling your body, and it'd be good. It actually feels good, and I guess there's a lot of health benefits associated with that. Don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure. But because let me just look it up really quick. On the health benefits on why it said. So it says one of the top reasons experts recommend cold showers is because of increased circulation. As cold water hits your body and external limbs, it constricts circulation on the surface of your body. And I guess it can help reduce inflammation, relieve pain, improve circulation, like I said, lower stress levels, and reduce muscle soreness and fatigue. Hot showers, meanwhile, can improve cardiovascular health, soothe stiff joints, and improve sleep. And so, showering with cold water, as you guys can see there, can be a great way to not to relieve some stress, because everyone is always stressed. Everyone, and the sad thing of it is, there's some people that they don't know how to. They don't know the greatest way to, I guess in a way, kind of relieve stress or find ways to cope, and that's where a lot of addiction comes in, bad addictions. And I'm not saying that it's bad to have bad addictions, but addictions that you can't live without, I guess some bad addictions that I can think of is alcohol. If you need alcohol at the point to survive, or it just makes you forget. And stuff like that, that's kind of bad. Or what's another one? Drugs. A lot of people fall into that spectrum. They just use it to kind of wind down. It helps them a lot. Helps them relieve a lot of stress. Kind of helps them forget. But once it wears off, it's back to its normal thing. It's back to, their mind is back doing and like just reliving everything. And here it goes back into the cycle of just them remembering and just having a lot of that kick on them. And that's where I meditate. Reading can help, and it's always good when reading. Set yourself a goal, like you want to read a book a week or some shit like that. Go ahead and do that. Meditate. You can meditate at least once a day. And there's another one. Running, exercising. Some people love exercising. It helps them just kind of pop your headphones in, listen to a podcast, listen to some music, and it'll be a great way to just soothe the mind, relax, really stress. I need to do that. I mean, my fat piece of shit hasn't done that. And not good, but I kind of need to be doing that. There's just so many ways. I know it's easier said than done by saying, don't choose the wrong path, don't choose the wrong way. I mean, it's very hard because a lot of people in their mind, they feel alone. Like, they feel really alone and they don't know how to get out. They don't know what to do. And so by feeling alone, they need to find a way to cope with that. And by being addicted to a lot of the bad stuff, it just helps them because it doesn't make them like how I said, it just helps them forget. But then that addiction becomes stronger. They want something that's stronger, and it just goes on. And then here they are, losing their own selves, to where they're not the same person that they were before, and not in a good way. Like, they completely lost themselves. Their soul is gone now because, yes, it's bad losing someone, like having someone pass away and everything. Excuse me, guys, but it's still just as bad losing someone, but they're still alive. And what I mean by that is, it's not like your ex or an old friend or whatever. I'm talking about one of your best friends, but they get addicted and lose their soul because they're just so addicted to like heroin or meth or whatever that they're just a completely different person. And when you go to them, they don't even recognize you at all. That's different. That's where that hits different. That's losing someone right there too. Because you can know them and be like, this person was my best friend in high school, and you see them and they look at you and they're completely different. Or maybe they do recognize you, but they're already lost. Like, they've already lost with themselves, and so they're kind of like, hey, I need help. Like, I don't know how to ask it. I don't know how to ask for help, but I need it. Obviously, you made it. I need it. But I am kind of a bit too deep in the hole where I don't know if I can get out. And so that type of shit sucks. It sucks really bad. Like, any type of mental health is bad. I mean like bad mental health. My bad. Okay, that's why there's a lot of people who are afraid to ask for help there, because some people either never get the help they want or need, or people like to judge them Like they like that judgment. They don't want to be judged because they feel like, it's for it being, like their mental health, for them feeling stressed, for them feeling whatever they're feeling, and then being judged by it sometimes can make people feel like shit because they're like, oh well, I'm sorry that that I'm just not in the greatest of health right now. I mean, I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to change. And I'm sorry that it disappoints you. But if you're going to help me and then you use that against me, and later in the end when I need more help, that's where a lot of people that don't ask for help, or that don't really ask for help, never ask, because a lot of people, they use it against them. Because someone could, let's say, just be starving to death, and you get them food. They're like, oh my god, thank you. My bad. Like, oh my god, thank you, this and this. But then, next week, they need food again. And you're like, didn't I just give you food last time? They're like, yes, but this and this and this. And they're like, are you not going to go get a job? Or you're not going to do anything? Like, and what am I going to do? Just be feeding you the entire time? And that's where they feel like shit, because they're like, well, now I feel like a piece of shit for asking for help. Even though I'm trying to change my best, I'm doing the best I can for right now. I'm doing the best that I'm doing. I can be much better, but for right now, where my mental health is, I'm trying my best. I'm doing my best, and I am proud of how far I've already come from when I wasn't doing my best. But now that you're using that against me, it makes me feel like shit, and now I don't want to do it. Are you gonna watch the video? Or? No. Huh? Okay. That was awkward. No, but it's kind of sad. A lot of that type of stuff has to happen. But I applaud for everyone and anyone that is going through a shitty, bad day. But I mean, a very bad day. And you're fighting for it. Because remember, there are good days and there are bad days. Those bad days, they're just bad right now. They'll end up good. And I know they'll say, well, so will the good days. The good days are only temporary. And it's like, yes, that's true. Because everyone will have their bad days. However, when you start making a change, when you start fixing whatever demon is inside of you, when you start fixing what life is telling you, because sometimes some people go through the toughest battles, either when they're young or even right now. Life throws them those toughest battles, but it's because life sees a potential in them, and life is basically telling them, hey, like, wherever you want to be, whatever career you want to be, whatever you want to be doing, like, successfully, you will get there. But I want to see how tough you are. If you can get out of these situations that you are in, that I'm throwing at you, I mean, if you can get out of that by being mentally strong, by changing a lot of things, by learning. That's also one of the big ones, learning, because a lot of people will go sit in the corner and cry and not learn, and they'll just keep living with it. When you learn, when you sit back, and that's where a lot of the meditation comes in. You sit back and look at mistakes and say, okay, where can I change this? Where can I fix this? Because it's not a matter, because time, it's a corny thing to say if time is of the essence, but time is your biggest currency. Because because obviously time runs out, but you don't want to be using a lot of your time being stuck somewhere that isn't the greatest. Like, because I've seen a lot of people. Oh, and I still see it now. I mean, it's common where a lot of elder people like 16 above, are having to work at McDonald's, are having to work any retail. Well, it's probably hasn't done its cycle. There it is. Any type of retail. And it's not, I'm not calling people out of, oh, you work at Walmart, oh, you work at McDonald's. No, what I'm saying is a lot of them, the reason being why they're working there is because they don't have any money. They used a lot of their time not fixing or figuring out what they needed to do to get out of there, and they're back into it because I've seen some people who could barely even walk. Like, they have to walk slow because of their leg or something, and it's because they couldn't afford the medical bill to get the treatment that they needed because they couldn't afford it. And it's just sad. It's sad, but I also applaud them very much because, again, they're the reason why they keep that place running, and I feel like they should be getting paid more. But that's just me. Others have different viewpoints. But I mean, no, I know people like that. Very tough. Anyone, even my age, people around my age, like college students ish, high school college students. Well, mainly college students. You know, a lot of us gotta go through a lot of shit that I think makes our age group have the biggest mental health issues, because I mean, a lot of us either can start seeing the problems that the older generations was causing now that's affecting us. There's a lot of shit happening in their life that don't really know how to handle it, and a lot of people don't know how to handle it, and by doing that, again, some people get the addiction. It's sad. And I forgot where I saw this data, but my girlfriend told me how. Now I remember. She was at a CPR class because she has to get her CPR certificate for her human services class, and she said how before the age to get a heart attack, like the average age to get a heart attack based on stress was, I believe, like in their early to mid 50s and above, and like early to mid 60s. Now it's 25 to 33 or 25 to 35. That's like really bad. Like really bad. If the average heart attack by stress age wise is 25 to 35, that is horrible. There's like those, by that age, some people are either already graduating college, gonna graduate by getting their masters, maybe, depending on like what's going on and whatnot. Some getting into their careers, some are starting families, and people to be having a heart attack by that age, that's very sad. It's very sad and ugly. How much does I want to say that? It's very sad and ugly. And just know, you're worth it. Everyone is worth it. Don't think that life is treating you like shit, because it is, but because it wants you to. It wants you to learn something. It's trying to teach you something for you to learn it, and by learning it and overcoming it will make you the strongest motherfucker out there. Like the corniest fucking saying, life gave you lemons, so you make lemonade. And some people may not even get the reference. I don't really know where that came from, but the meaning behind that is, like, think of like life gave you lemons. Lemons are very sour, they're very acidic. Life can be very acidic. And what do you do from that? How do you make something of that acidity? And I made lemonade. You made it into something better. Like there's this one line I like from a song called "God Did" by DJ Khaled. It has Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, John Legend, and someone else. And Jay-Z said, Jesus turned water to wine, and for Hove, it just took a stove. Meaning, if Jesus was able to turn something like plain and simple. I'm not saying life is plain and simple, but just think about it. If Jesus was able to turn water, just water, into wine, into something luxurious, into something like people drink for luxury and shit like that. And for Jay-Z, it took a stove because, he used to cook, I think like crack or some shit like that. So he took that and changed it. And that's why he's in one of the other lines says he turned cocaína into champagne, or cocaine to champagne, meaning he turned whatever life he had that was shit, turned into champagne, kind of, a success. And and that's just one of those things where it'll come, success will come. It takes patience and it takes a lot of learning, but success will come. For anyone who thinks that they're not making it, that they think, life is just doing them dirty, it'll come. Hope, have a lot of faith. Trust me, it'll come. Because you coming out of that battle tougher than how you entered, you'll be ready for anything. And trust me, I'll say it again. Your success, wherever you want to be, it'll come. Alright. I love you guys. Everyone have a good rest of their days. And I'll see you on Sunday's podcast episode. Bye.
Mobile phone companies say they offer home internet. But if their internet comes from a cell phone network, you should know. It's just phone internet, not home internet. Keep your home up to speed with Cox. Cox internet is faster and has more reliable download speeds than 5G home internet. Cox is the real home internet you're looking for. Based on Cox analysis of Ookla speed test intelligence data Q3 2022 and Cox serviceable areas, visit cox.com/internet for details.